welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and it's another episode of Blue Monday. Yay, it's Blue Monday. I'm making a series of 12.5-inch squares using up my blue scraps because I'm overwhelmed with blue, but you can choose to use whatever color you want. And I lay them out in dark, mediums, and lights usually, so that you have a chance to use your other scraps that you have. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a charity quilt out of all of these when we're done. So it's kind of a fun thing to do, you know, if you're sewing along with me. We have some easy blocks, we have some hard blocks, and today we have a block I like to call Connection. Now this is a very simple patchwork block. It looks small because you got some small pieces, but it's not fiddly. Trust me on this. So, but before we get into the block, let's do our shout out because we're going to forget. Adam at Adam Sews. We got to give shout outs to the guys too in the quilting and the sewing community because they get kind of lost with all the females, all the ladies, you know, and it's just, we got to give them shout outs, you know. So go give them some love and encouragement and tell them that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you over there just to check out what he's doing. He does a lot of sewing as well as quilting, right? So he's kind of a channel that does both, which is sometimes a lot of fun. I give credit to those people that do that. Like Marie from Marie's Scrappy Creations is also somebody else that I love to give shout outs to because she does quilting and sewing. And I mean, it's just really cool the stuff to see, the stuff that these guys are giving out. So those are, I'm going to put both of them in our shout outs for today. So yeah, go check them out. Give them some love, encouragement. Tell them that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you. Now, we have a Facebook group that is warm and welcoming, and we have all sorts of fun in there. So if you guys are part of the Facebook community, please feel free to come join and have some fun. We have a bunch of community chats. We do fabric swaps by country. We do free patterns. We look for free patterns on the internet. We post them in one place. We do all sorts of other community chats, but we also have a virtual sewing room that we're hosting in Discord. Now, that room is open 24/7 for people to go and sew, and you never know who you're going to meet or which country they're from. So it's all sorts of fun. And these people are gathering, and they're making friends, and they're just having a good time in there. Our sew dates, our Zoom sew dates are once a month, and usually it's the first Saturday of the month, but the dates are going to be listed below. It's so important you get into those show notes because you have all the cutting instructions and everything in there. Those sew dates are where we sit and sew from 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time because I'm either in my home in Alberta or I'm in Arizona. And we just have a great time in there, and we've had all sorts of fun. I do try and talk to everybody and find out what you're all working on, what's inspiring you and what you're doing and having a good time, right? So it's all good. It's all good. I also speak for free. I speak for free over Zoom, and I do a PowerPoint presentation, and my topics are using your fabric scraps, elements of design, and then we do a thing on like a little mini trunk show, I guess you'd call it, of the quilts I've made that I really like that are scrappy, like this nosegay is in there and all the rest of that. But I also give peeks at what has been on our channel and what will come. And I think that's really important. You get a little sneak peek at what's going on. So if your group or guild is looking for a speaker that does all that kind of stuff, please put my name forward. I'd be happy to give back to the quilting community and come speak to your group or guild for free. That's wonderful. Now, I'm not sure when this video is going to drop to the public, but we've got the community round robin. Now, FutureCat from New Zealand, Kelley from Kelley's Quilts and Cruises, Michelle from Bits and Pieces Quilting. The four of us worked together and we had such a good time. Just such fun working with those other talented creators and YouTubers. Michelle has a website called Bits and Pieces Quilting, and she's going to be hosting all of the patterns there that, you know, like as they come out and come available. So it's a weekly thing, and now we're probably at the stages now where we're getting ready to do the final outside border, and each of us are going to do our own thing. So it's a week where you get to see all sorts of fun stuff coming together and how we're going to put it together and where our mindsets are at. So this is something to keep in mind. I think that's it. So come on in, let's get to this sewing. Okay, so here we are with connection. Now, this is not a complicated block. All we have to do is put these together, right? Let's put these together first. And this is not the hardest part. We're not doing the hardest part first. We're just doing a part. Because there's not a lot of hard parts here. Okay. Oh dear, did I run out of bobbin? I just lost bobbin chicken, and yes, I did run out of bobbin. Yep, I ran out of bobbin. I guess it doesn't. Does it count when you're still on the plug and you run out of bobbin? That you lost bobbin chicken yet again? For the upteenth time this week. I do a lot of sewing, so losing bobbin chicken is kind of the way everything operates around here. So let's get this out. Clean it out. That's what I try and do every time I change a bobbin, is at least, if nothing else, clean out the bobbin area. And, you know, get it as lint-free as possible, because then it doesn't felt up underneath your stitch plate. Okay, let's get this. Okay, here we go. And we have bobbin. Okay, so let's run this through just like so. There. Now, I pick this up, and we're just going to sew all of this stuff together. Yeah, just like that. This is the low volume, or the light. Actually, it looks like a low volume, doesn't it? And you put it on a dark, it looks like a low volume, but actually, this is part of my blue, or my palest blue colors. But yeah, it could be a low volume. This is probably, what does Bonnie Hunter say, lighter than a brown paper bag? Or something like that. I can't remember now. Okay, let's get the other piece sewn on. Now that we got this. Okay. There we go. Okay. Here. Oh. So as soon as we get this done, we can think about, okay, how do we sew together a 9 patch? And I don't know about you guys, but once we're at the sewing together of the 9 patch, I'm very, very happy usually, because that means that we don't have a lot to do. And I put a dark border on this because I wanted that framed really well. That medium fabric could almost be a dark, but when you put it up against navy, it looks really cool. Okay, so let's get this clipped and put back into place. Now, I'm going to push the navy, that navy dot, I'm going to push it towards itself, right? So it creates, you know, so there's no show through on here at all. Because I think that would be a bad idea if this were to show through. You know, so. And sometimes you get like a shadow of color from, you know, like when you're sewing a dark to a light, especially something this light. You get kind of a shadowy effect going on. And that would not be good. Okay. I'm just going to fold it on in on itself. Okay. Jeez, I didn't even check to see if this measures 5.5 inches. Let's see. Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. Okay. All right. So here we are. We're gonna just do the inner patch. It's a 9 patch, right? So we're just gonna go like this. Okay. Just so easy. So easy to do. Okay. Alright, and this one goes like this, because that very center little square was a little tiny piece of that was running around, and I thought, okay, we can use that too. We can use it and get it out and get it moving. There we go. Okay. The one thing I like about batiks, like these batiks, those are batiks, is they finger press so lovely. Now I'm going to finger press in on these, and we're going to finger press out on the other, like on the center. On the center here, we're pressing out. This one, we're pressing this way, and these ones are being pressed in. Yes, I know there's a seam there, but I want to avoid that show through. So let's get the other side of this done. Okay. Okay, there we go. Line this all up. Yeah. There we go. And this. Now, this stripe has a little bit more of a stripe going one way than the other. So I'm trying to keep the stripes all going the same direction with this printed medium. Look, yeah, there is definitely a stripe on there. Okay, now. Okay, let's go the other way. Okay. Now, I'm going to press this in. This goes in on itself. This goes in on itself. Okay. And this goes out. There. Now we're going to have some nice nesting going on. Okay, so I'm going to go this, so from this direction, because it's probably a little easier. Okay, line that up. Okay, with the needle down, you're going to take out your webbing stitches, and you're going to line that up with the center. It's going to be so perfect. There. What is that? Oh, that's from losing Bob and Chicken. Okay, now this is next. The next one you have to match is right there, and you line that up. There we go. Okay. Now, ooh, I should have oiled this machine. There we go. Now we're gonna go away from. We'll go this way, right here, like so, right across, and then we're going to sew this on. And we should probably sew it from this direction because I don't want my seams flipping. Okay. Okay. Okay, now, nesting it again. Taking your time, making sure it nests good. There. Okay, making sure this one nests good. Yes, it does. There. Now, getting this eased in. If it has to be eased in, that's fine. Okay. Alright, now. Okay, so this now gets pressed in, right? So this goes in on itself, right, like so. Okay, now we're going to start with these outer edges. Okay, and we'll get them sewn on. Okay. And you just line that corner up with the corner, and whichever, you're going to let your walking foot, or not the walking foot, the feed dogs, do the feed dog magic. If one is a little bigger than the other, right, which in this case they're not, you're going to put the bigger one on the bottom. Remember Bob, bigger on the bottom, bias on the bottom, you know, Bob does lots in sewing. Okay, so then you just press it away from the block, and you go to the other side, and there we go. Okay. There we go. There. In my quilt, I wanted to design some darker blocks, because there's a lot of light blocks in there and there's some dark blocks, and I wanted to have a really cool visual of, you know, different things going on. So I decided, okay, we'll do some darks. We'll do some ones that are darker, and you know, have a dark border, outer border, and then we'll do some lighter ones. We have the lighter ones, and then we can put them out like darks against lights, and kind of give it a checkerboard effect to the whole quilt. I know that sounds weird, but it'll work. It'll work. Okay, here we go. One last seam. Okay. Well, this is coming together a lot faster than I thought it would. Okay. Oops. More thread. More thread. Oh, you always get a nice finger press. I'm just going to get this out of the way. There we go. You get such a nice finger press with batiks. And you can mix your batiks and your other fabric. It's okay. It's okay to do that. And I have quite a few batiks actually in my fabric stash. Some people don't like the feel of them, but I mean you have to work with good quality batik. Okay. Okay, so just so we're clear on what happened with the pressing instructions, okay? Okay, so these little subunits here got pressed into the dark, right? So they all got pressed into the dark. Then as I was sewing the inner 9 patch together, again, they got sewn into the dark going this way, and they got sewn going into that subunit this way, right? So that's the way the block is going to lie the flattest. And this outer edge gets pressed out, because that's the way it lies the flattest. So let me give this one a good press, and we'll get to our ta-da moment. Okay, so here's our ta-da moment on connection. This one was a lot of fun to come up with, and it did use some darker mediums, right, to make this work. Now, this particular medium, the stripes go very much this way, right? So you kind of, if you're doing a lot of like this kind of stuff, you want to have all your stripes going the same way. It would look just as grand scrappy, right? Like you put different kind of mediums in here, and then have a unifying dark, or a unifying low volume or light. It would work, right? You could also go scrappy darks as well, and it would look fine. But like I say, we had a lot of fun thinking this one up, and we threw it on the drawing board and was like, okay, yeah, we can do this. This would be fun. It's always about who's having the most fun. You could also do this on point too, and that would be kind of a cute little layout for it. So I hope you have a blessed and happy week ahead, and life is going so great for you, you don't know what to do. Okay, you don't know what to do with yourself because life is so good. It has been just such a pleasure chatting with you today, and you know, hanging out with you. So anyways, I hope you take care and stay well. Okay, bye. Hello again. again, we just want to thank you for enjoying our video and, you know, coming along with my husband and my YouTube adventure and quilting. And, you know, sometimes things don't work out as best they should, and sometimes they work out great. We're going, wow, that went well. But it's been an amazing journey, and I'm so glad I could share it with you. Share, like, and subscribe these videos. That really helps us out, and it helps us make more charity quilts, okay? So you guys take care until we have a chance to meet again, okay? Bye!